Welcome to my audience. This is the Thursday Executive Brief. 5 minutes, 1 leadership challenge, 3 executive moves, 1 action for the week. No theory, no fluff, just execution. So let's get to it. Welcome back to my audience on the Executive 5, and let's get right into it. Today, let's talk about you treating the symptoms and not the cause. Some leaders spend their whole week putting out fires and still call that leadership. A complaint lands, a number drops, a team member misses the mark, a client gets irritated. A project slows down, so everyone rushes towards the noise. Another meeting, another follow-up, another round of pressure. Everyone looks busy, everyone feels involved, and then 2 weeks later, the same mess comes back wearing different clothes. And that is the trap. The surface issue keeps getting attention, while the thing underneath, it keeps getting a free pass. So what's the challenge here? This is where senior leaders quietly lose ground. You see the visible problem, so you move on the visible problem. That feels responsible, it feels fast, it even feels decisive. But speed aimed at the wrong target is just expensive movement. A missed deadline gets treated like a motivation issue, when the real problem is vague ownership. Poor execution gets blamed on a person when the handoff was broken long before the work reached them. Confusion spreads through a team and leaders start talking about attitude while nobody wants to admit the priorities change every 5 minutes. That is why the same issues keep circling back. Plenty of businesses are not drowning in problems. What they do, they are drowning in shallow diagnosis. And once shallow diagnosis becomes normal, the culture changes. People stop asking what is actually driving the issue. They learn to react, patch, smooth over, and move on. The organization becomes very good at activity and very poor at resolution. That is dangerous trait. So what can you do about this? Let me give you 3 moves. Number 1, ask what keeps making this likely. When something repeats, stop asking only what happened, ask what keeps making this likely. That question changes the quality of the room straight away. If customer complaints keep rising, what keeps making that likely? If deadlines keep moving, what keeps making that likely? If people keep under-delivering, what keeps making that likely? Now you are no longer staring at the event, you are looking at the conditions that gave birth to it. Good leaders do not just react to failure, they study the pattern that keeps feeding it. Move number 2, go 1 layer earlier. Most problems start earlier than leaders want to admit. The ugly moment is rarely the first moment. It is just the first moment that became visible enough to force attention. Go 1 layer earlier, then 1 more. Bad result? Look at the decision that shaped it. Weak decision? Look at the clarity that shaped that. Poor clarity? Look at the leadership rhythm that allowed it. That is where the work gets real. I see that in my coaching engagements with teams. A lot of teams live downstream from problems that were created upstream by muddled priorities, weak sequencing, fuzzy standards, or leaders who kept hoping things would sort themselves out. Hope has wrecked plenty of operating systems. I see that on a regular basis. Move number 3, fix the environment before you start blaming the person. People must own their performance. Of course they must. But leaders get lazy when blame becomes the first answer. Before you turn someone into the problem, look at the environment they were working inside. Was the expectation clean? Was the ownership obvious? Was the timing realistic? Was the standard visible? Was anyone checking drift before it became failure? Weak environments make average people look worse and strong people tired. When the structure is loose, even talented teams start tripping over things they should never have had to carry in the first place. Fix the environment, then judge performance with cleaner eyes. Let me give you your weekly challenge. Take 1 recurring issue in your team this week and refuse to solve the version that is shouting loudest. Sit with it long enough to ask, what keeps making it likely? Where it started earlier than expected, and what in the environment is feeding it. And then deal with that. The loudest problem in the room is often the least interesting one. And if you think this sounds simple, take this framework, try it for 1 week, give me feedback, leave me a message, and let me know what you think. I've tried it as a basic principle many times and it works perfectly. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and I see you next Thursday on the Executive 5. Take care. And that was it for today. Remember, precision beats intensity every time. Execute the move, run the challenge. And I'll see you next Thursday for the next executive brief.